yeah. So,
What's up? You gonna try to get this caller?
yeah, we're gonna try to get the call in right now.
All right. Let me know when they're on the line. We're gonna see if we can patch them through.
Yeah. Hello? Yeah, hold on, we're gonna get you in. Can you hear me? Yeah. Hey. Hey, introduce yourself.
Hey, this is brother E. Sharp, go by the name of Gucci, by way of Alabama.
Already, man. Say, it's good. Touch on this subject. What you think?
My sister on this independent day is the whole thing. Y'all talking about being free. I mean, we'll never be free till it's been all 400 years and all acres in the middle. You understand?
Yeah.
I mean, because where I'm from, I mean, Martin Luther King and marched all down through the South. We still ain't free yet. Down by here in Texas, I see the same thing you see down south.
Yeah.
You know? So that's where I'm coming from with it. Y'all say we gonna be free. We ain't gonna never be free until you let the coffin. That's when you're free.
Yeah.
That's my stuff, don't it? I mean, you're free when you leave the earth, but as long as you're on the earth, you know who own us. All day, every day. I mean, that just being real talk. I'm just speaking real talk.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
You know. Like y'all say, they pull up on you for no reason at all. Want to stop you and check your car, asking you. Start asking them. Let me see some identification for them, the police. See what they tell you.
Mm-hmm.
Ask the police what his ID. When he pull you over, tell us his name. You
Yeah.
ain't doing that wrong. You know.
That's real right there.
Yeah.
I'm just, hey, they pull folks over with no reason at all. What's a probable cause?
Yeah.
You know, and they won't call now and ask them killing each other. They gonna get brought a bad police car to somebody.
Yeah.
Man.
Yes,
Man. So appreciate that, E. So appreciate that.
Yeah. Cause these folks are really going on out in Dallas.
Yeah.
All around the globe, for real.
Yeah.
They take that stuff up under the rug because they do it for the law people.
Yeah.
You know, hey.
And hey, man, and I know your background. I know you came up from up out the gutter.
Okay. I straight from there. You know, straight from there.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. I've seen a whole lot. Been down through it. Yes, sir. Been down through it.
Really, man.
Yes, sir.
All right, brother. We sure appreciate that, man.
Man, get back with me, though. You know, keep me posted on your dates and stuff and everything, man.
Okay, we sure will, man.
So let me know, because, I'm going to ride with you.
Already.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right.
All right, Coach. Yeah, he touched on a lot of good topics, man.
Mm-hmm. That was real good, man.
Really. Man. Yeah, we got my uncle. He made a lot of good points. Let me read some of these things in the room. He said, we have to free ourselves from being dependent to others.
Exactly.
To do lead, we have to lead ourselves. We are capable of doing it ourselves. It said we need more schools and things like less prisons.
More role models.
Yeah, role models.
Male role models.
Yeah.
Stand up, my brothers.
You think that's gonna happen?
Well, we starting right now.
True.
We all got to inspire ourselves, man. And it's like we said, man. We did a show on diversity. We all need to stand up together as a one, and come together as one, and lift ourselves up. He also touched on there should be free daycare to 12th grade. 2 years of vocational training for those who are not in college bound, and no death row for 16, teenagers. I believe it should be free daycare. I mean, I believe in that. I agree with him on that subject because
I agree and I disagree on that one for two reasons, or mainly for one reason, because there are some people who misuse the systems,
Exactly.
and those are the reason why a lot of things are not free.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? I remember when I was growing up, we used to have places to go to after school. We had all these extra programs, going to play basketball, getting help with your schoolwork. Those things got cut out because of the people that was misusing it.
Exactly.
I'm good. And just like with welfare, I mean, they're trying to cut that out now because you have people on it that misuse these things.
Exactly. That's true.
So the first thing we need to do is try to educate ourselves, bring our people up. That's instead of them sitting back and want to try to get everything for free.
Exactly.
Show them that
Chuck,
you can get a whole lot better stuff by going out there and getting it yourself. Because first things first, if you ain't work for something, you're gonna cherish it more than somebody giving it to you for free.
That's the problem in the
point.
community. We feel like it was like what Charlie Moe said. We think we're being owed something, and we ain't getting owed nothing. We earn it just like how everybody else earns.
Right. Now, at the same time, don't get me wrong. I do believe that there should be free things for people who are down on their luck and
Exactly.
they need that help.
It's a need. You hit the right word. Need.
Not the people.
Who want it.
I've known people who have had babies just to stay on welfare.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? You ain't having this baby because out of love or because you was married. I'm gonna have me another baby. I ain't working.
Yeah, government assistance. Basically.
Government gonna take care of me.
Why
Why the government? And this the thing. These people that do those things, they're not understanding that it's really not the government that's taking care of you. That's where all these higher taxes come from. That's
exactly.
what your money. Any man here that gets a paycheck,
Yeah, our tax
of
going
any
up
type.
Yeah,
and that's why things keep going up and up and up because we get more and more and more doing the same thing.
yeah, you're right.
You brought up a key point. You said education. Now, me being a college graduate, graduated from Prairie View, and also graduated from Texas Southern. I feel like, I'm gonna start from personal experiences. My views on education hasn't always been politically correct. Like, I honestly didn't want to go to college after I graduated from high school. I told my mom, I was like, man, I ain't going to college.
Yeah.
My mom said, nope. She said, you ain't staying in my house. So I was like, all right, let me look into this college thing. So she was like, why don't you go to junior college? I said, nah. Personally, me, I felt like I could do better than just being a junior college because I knew all the friends that I graduated from high school. They're just going to junior college. Pretty much it's going to be like another high school but a university. So I was like, no, I got to cut that out. Then she was like, let's go to North Texas. I said no because North Texas is about 30 minutes from my house. I said, you're not about to eavesdrop on me, coming to school looking for me. So I said, let me go out to Houston. So I went out to Houston. And my time being in Houston has changed me and evolved me to be the man that I am.
It matured you.
And I believe that education plays an important role, especially in a black community, because we tend, like you said, there's people in our communities who feel like since it's there, I'm going to just take it, but necessarily don't need it. They take advantage of the system, and then we get looked at as, black people who are needy, we're lazy, we don't like to work for what we want. But in actuality, there's a lot of black people who own businesses who are college educated. There's some successful black people who never even went to school and are barely well off. But it's all about how
determined, how
driven you are. You know what I'm saying? Like, prime example, my cousin Charles. Charles went to school on and off, but he finished. Charles is like one of the smartest people I know. And I'm not saying that this is my cousin, because Charles reads a lot, just like his brother. I have plenty of friends who never went to college, but they're doing well off. They're doing very good for themselves. So at the end of the day, I feel like in a black community, it starts at home. And they're saying that it takes a village to raise a child. It just can't be mom and dad raising my own child. It has to be people in the community raising the kids like it used to be back in the days. I mean, that's how I was raised. Like, if I got in trouble, not only did my mom know, but everybody in the neighborhood know. So if they see my mom, they're like, oh,
I got a whooping all the way home.
exactly,
Then got another whooping.
exactly, exactly. That's my point on that.
Well, you spoke on something real big because you know what? A prime example is myself. Now I've had jobs where I made lots of money, $70,000 a year, and I've had jobs that I haven't made a lot of money. I never got that job making $70,000 a year until I went back to school because I dropped out of high school. Then I went back to high school and got that. Then I went and got me some college. I only went to junior college, but I was determined enough to get myself from out of what I was in to something better. True enough, economy went bust. The fields that I was in is no longer as strong as it was. So now I'm like starting over. But instead of me crying about it, I moved down here and I went back to school again. Because the whole thing is, I'm not gonna. I know I'm better than out here making minimum wage and doing,
totally
barely
agree.
making it. I like to have a comfort zone. I want to be able to go to the bank and say, "Hey, I got a unexpected bill that came up. I want to be able to go get that money and pay that bill."
Exactly.
I want to be able to have food on my table.
Exactly.
I'm not going to wait for a once-a-month check. I can't do that.
Me neither. I can't do that. I don't. And I just think, like, honestly, like I said, when it comes down to black people, it's just like we need to better ourselves. Like, just when it starts off with education, like we can't continue just to rely on the government just because it's there. And like you said,
But-
when it comes to daycare, school assistance, whatever, just because it's there, and if you don't need it, you don't need to take it.
And
Because in actuality, there's some people who actually need it who can't even get it.
right.
So it's
And
like
you'll never be free until you can get that off your back.
exactly,
Then you can say, I'm free.
exactly.
Because you know what? You don't have to wait for the government. You don't have to wait for someone else to help you. When you can get yourself together and you can be able to, then you can start to say you're free. You're not totally free,
Yeah,
but you have some freedom.
I-
More
I
freedom
totally
to move
agree.
around, because I know plenty of people that's still on the system and they still stuck in that same day-to-day grind, trying to get this, trying to wait for this, trying to wait for that. I'm not waiting.
I totally agree, and especially even thinking about and also not only with education, but you got to look at the prison system. It's so many of us that's locked up in there. Sometimes it's mostly even for not even our fault, mistaken identity, petty crimes. So at the end of the day, we gotta take care of that issue as well. I think honestly the role models in our community, it's like I was listening to I know Wale got a new album. It's called The Gifted.
Yeah,
one of my,
got it.
It's gonna be one of my favorite albums of 2013. He has a song called Heroes, and he's talking about how we haven't had a black hero since Robert Townsend, the Meteor Man. And then it's crazy. I was like, man, I said, you actually think about it. I said before him, the last hero, the last black hero I done had is Obama. Before then, I mean, everybody used to say President Clinton was black, but his skin color is white. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like I feel like role models. We men especially, we got to be better fathers, better role models. Better.
And
better
that was my
people
next point I was going to
in
go
general.
to, because when you said it starts from the home, well, look at the homes and most of them how they are right now.
Exactly.
You have one parent home.
Exactly.
Usually,
Single-parent
the
homes.
mother and the grandmother is no more than 16
Yeah.
years of age apart,
Yeah.
and they both still kicking it.
Exactly.
And so it's hard.
There's not any nuclear families. It's not like there's not a mother, a father, and the kids in the house. It's either mother, then you got a grandmother, then you got maybe a auntie, and then like 3 or 4 kids, maybe a cousin in the house, and it's just like, what do you do if I'm the only male in my house and I'm around a whole bunch of females? What do you do?
Hopefully, if you're the only male in the house, hopefully you're the one that's out there trying to,
Get it?
show a better way
Exactly.
and make an example for the siblings that are in the house.
Exactly.
Simo, what we got rolling on next, man? You want to go to another music break, or
Yeah, let's do a quick music break.
you want me to hit the music break this time, or what's poppin'?
Yeah, man, gonna showcase some skills over there, man.
I ain't got no skills, man.
Yeah, you're a liar.
Nah, man, we ain't got no skills over here. We just play with turntables. That's all.
Okay.
But yeah, let's see what's popping here in a minute, man. It's taking its time. for some odd reason. So
Okay, let me hit him.
yeah, you might want to go ahead and hit him because it's not acting right tonight.